Welcome back to our third session on today's Leader Talk, Creating Training Content with AI, sponsored by CommLab India, ELB Learning, GP Strategies, Madcap, and Lemonade LXP. I am Liz Faith, the Events Marketing Specialist here at Training Industry, and I'm thrilled to have you with us here today. So before we get started, I would like to quickly go over a few housekeeping items to help you interact with our speakers and get the most out of today's program. So throughout today's event, feel free to use that chat window as we're already chatting today. Love it. With any comments and questions for our speakers, we will be addressing all comments and questions throughout the event. And at your end of your time with us, you will notice a short evaluation survey popped open in your browser. We would appreciate your thoughts on today's event. And all of our sessions are being recorded and archived on trainingindustry.com, and you will receive a follow-up email from us with a link to the on-demand session. If this is your first event with us, we would love to welcome you. We exist to make connections among learning and development professionals. We offer tons of resources to support your role in L&D, like live events, like today's Leader Talk, as well as through articles on our website, our magazine, conferences, research reports, our podcast, membership, the list goes on. We would also love to hear about what you've learned from today's session on social media, so please follow us on your favorite platforms for us to continue the conversation. And without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce you to today's speakers. We have Shalini, who is the versatile learning design professional with 18 plus years of experience in instructional design. She is an expert in customer training, designing and learning, and user assistance solutions and technical documentation. And then Rajesh started his career as a quality executive in 2008 and has since gained extensive expertise in e-learning, digital content delivery, and project management over the last 17 plus years. And with that, take it away.
Thank you. Thank you, Liz, and a very warm welcome to all our participants today. It is an exciting time to be in L&D, and AI has just made the whole landscape more interesting by the day. So I'd like to start with a very quick introduction to our company, CommLab India. Of course, the topic for today is how to choose the right AI, and we'll get into that. So a little bit about CommLab India. These are our core services. We are a leading provider in rapid custom e-learning solutions. And our forte and our services are centered around custom e-learning solutions, video creation, which is an increasingly popular mode that most of our customers are opting for, and e-learning translations. And when it comes to our USP, it is design and development at scale and speed. And of course, AI has accelerated like never before. And we also pride ourselves on providing customer delight by giving them massive value for every engagement. And the other USPs are thought leadership and our customer education workshops and sessions such as these in the communities of practice and among our global customers. I'm very pleased to announce some of these awards that we have won in the industry: the Platinum e-learning content providers, the content providers with AI expertise. We are especially very proud of this award because we were among the earliest adopters of AI tools in our design and delivery. And these are some of the other awards that you can see here. Right. So let me move on. So think of a typical training requirement that you face in your organization. This is just a hypothetical case. Assume that you have 10 e-learning modules, each of 30 minutes each, and together adding up to 300 minutes of learning time. Now, the challenge is it's a very aggressive, kind of project in the sense that there is also urgency to roll it out. You have to balance speed, quality, without escalating costs linearly, provide high quality content, images, videos, and voiceovers, and using Articulate as the primary tool. So as you can see, some of these challenges would be to do with the time, because traditional development does take a lot of time for all the various parts of the design. and of course the development. And then there is a very high dependency on resources. So conventionally, you would need a full-fledged team, uh, IDs, GDs, production effort, all of which add up to the cost. And then if you were to develop these 10 modules in multiple languages, there goes your budget already. So this project would be a race against time, a race against escalating costs. It still requires to be innovative, and there has to be absolutely no compromise on quality. So these are requirements that we face in our work life. And although this is nothing new, what has changed is the efficiencies that we can bring in by using AI. So conventionally, this is it. So let's take a guess at how long do you think, something like this, an effort like this, a project of this scale and magnitude would require? How long would you take to design and deliver it? So let's take a quick look at this question, and please do drop your responses in chat. Next, please. So think of your typical, how long would it take you to deliver these 10 modules of 300 minutes? Now, the assumptions here are that you have a limited team size and you're not using AI. So just take a wild guess and do drop your responses in chat. Okay, we have a couple of responses: 3 months, 6 to 8 months, 7 to 9 months, 8 to 10, 7 to 9. Okay, somebody here said 1 month. That's amazing. I'm assuming you're leveraging AI. Okay, human design minus AI is equal to forget it. Not happening. Absolutely. I think that's the reality now. Okay, 6 months, including regulatory reviews and programming. Right. I think all of us, the majority of our participants have mentioned that, they don't see this happening in a shorter time frame than 6 months, except for one or two who said what it would take with AI. So let's see. I'm just throwing some approximate figures here. A conventional approach, a non-AI assisted approach, would approximately take 4,000 hours of design and development time, probably stretching across 6 to 8 months with a team size of, say, 5. And the cost, this is a very conservative estimate when it comes to the cost, would be 75,000 USD. Yeah, Thomas, I agree. There are too many variables to answer this broad question. So just gave a couple of variables here, which, as you can see here on screen. Now, going ahead. Now, how can we really bring that down? I think those of you who've been already leveraging AI know that you can achieve a significant reduction in the cost, in the effort. So we'll take a look at that. Now, I was just reading this L&D Global Sentiment Survey for 2025. And surveyors were asked, what is hot in L&D in 2025? And not surprisingly, AI was among the top 4. What was also interesting is there were some other things which were considered really hot and exciting and happening in 2025, which I think we could focus on as L&D professionals. But let's quickly take a look at what AI can do. So, of course, we all have experimented enough, and by now we don't need to be convinced of the merits of using AI. In fact, it would be safe to say that we are really losing out our competitive edge if we are not leveraging AI in L&D, in design and development. So AI can really transform a lot of the things that we do and bring in a lot of process efficiencies. And in fact, you can use it at every stage, even before the design and development. But today's session will focus mainly on how we can leverage it for the design and development phase. Because this is where, all those costs that you saw could be slashed significantly by using these tools. With that, I'd like to hand this over to my colleague, Rajesh, who will take you through the rest of the session.
Thank you. Thank you, Shalini. So, yeah. So here, just I would like to show a small video snippet, which I would like you all to guess which is real vis-a-vis AI. Yeah. You can drop your messages in chat.
First video, Amalfi Coast. Which one's real? Which one's AI? We've got a drone view rotating around a church. Which one's AI?
So what's your responses? Yeah, left. I think many of, okay. Only very few, I think, gave right. Left the one without people. Okay. So we'll see what's the correct answer.
If you said the video on the right was AI, that's correct. How can you tell? The water looks really weird. Next up,
So the right one is the correct one. Yeah. Now we'll see.
nice drone view of Big Sur. Can you spot the AI?
Is the right or left? Okay, left. Yeah, right. It says now the options. I think right because the waves were moving backward. Okay, left, right. Okay, we'll see the correct response.
If you said the left image was generated by AI, you would be correct. And how could you tell? Look at these textures in the background. It looks like Microsoft Flight Simulator 2000. Next up, 3D animation. Which is real? Which is AI? The one on the left, the middle, or the one on the right?
Right, the middle, right, left. Okay. Need more time to you. Okay. Middle glow on fur. Okay. Left. Middle. Right. Left spelled out wrong. It's all functional and will fit right. It's all good. Human or agent, I'll take them all. Okay, we'll see the correct one.
Answer, they're all generated by AI. AI is doing a scary good job at this kind of animated 3D video.
So the third one, it is all three. Yeah. Great. So yeah, coming to the topic, as Shalini shared, we'll see what exactly, where exactly these AI tools will help and leverage in terms of the e-learning design and development. Yeah. Coming to, yeah. this is the design. In terms of design, like for content creation, some tools like Copilot or Articulate, for example, in the design for content creation, in terms of learning objectives or video scripts or the assessments or the scenarios, we go with the Copilot, Articulate AI, or sometimes with the video scripts with the Synthesia or the Beyond tool. And coming to the development, we have a different options in terms of development of the videos. Like we have a choice of like using Synthesia, Beyond, and Camtasia tools. And in respective to the images, Articulate AI also having this option, as well as Midjourney and Canva and Copilot. And you can generate illustrated graphics using both Midjourney as well as Canva. And comes to the like translation, there are multiple tools where we suggest and where we have experience with three of these tools like DeepL, Microsoft Azure AI, as well as the SmartCat. And coming to the voiceover, yeah, the Speech Studio, 11 Labs and Wellsaid Labs, Murph.ai and Play.ht and Amazon Poly. So in the development phase, and when it comes to leveraging these tools, we should be very careful and intentional at the beginning of our the process. So let's see about the authoring tool called Articulate Storyline 360. So with Articulate AI, which is a general term used when referring to generative AI format, and the features integrated into Storyline 360 as well as Rise 360. So the two generative AI powered products within Articulate AI are one is AI Assistant, which is an insightful AI information and automation tool that builds and converts text blocks, generates quizzes, imagery, and audio effects. And it will help to compose effective copy and converts your source documents like Word documents or a PDFs into interactive blogs to create engaging content in within a minutes actually. And the second one is AI Video, which is an integrated AI video creation tool that can generate professional quality training videos with realistic actors, natural sounding voices, and custom backgrounds. And with AI Assistant uses OpenAI, and AI Video uses on the 11 Labs API tool for their underlying technology within the storyline. So yeah, I think a couple of comments were shared by Satish. Yeah, I think the Melody responded along with uh, on the to take this process steps, any screen recording tool further. I think the Camtasia is good, as well as Articulate Storyline has an inbuilt option to capture the screens for simulations and all those things, along with the Captivate. I think with all the authoring tools it has, apart from that, the Camtasia is also a good tool to take the capture. Even with the Synthesia, with the latest feature, it got added like within a browser. We can have a uh, add-on kind of thing where you can within the your Google Chrome or the Microsoft Edge browser, you can get the screen recording within the browser itself. Yeah. So let's move to the next one. I think Sandra, does the integrated AI still learn from each individual user? Uh, any good tool for building system simulations for training? Yeah, Millie Patel, I think with the Articulate Storyline, it has option within simulations for training, as well as with the Adobe Captivate and the Camtasia tools. Does the integrated AI still learn from each individual, Sandra? Yes, Sandra. I think with Articulate, we have this option within the authoring tool. Yeah, Marshall. Companies hardly have money to pay their L&D staff. Most of them are cheap and still using the basic subscription of Articulate 360. Yeah. With AI features, actually Articulate came up with additional plugin and the subscription option with the AI features. So it's again a choice on the organization as well as the team. Yeah. Let's move to the next one. Yeah. Now coming to the images and graphic creation, the most favorite among the many of the team is like Midjourney. Of course, it generates images from natural language description, similar to OpenAI's DALI and Stability AI's Stable Diffusion. And how to use? We can use, of course, with the latest update with the Midjourney, along with the Discord app. Now it is also working on the web browser as well. Yeah. And we use Midjourney AIs to generate high quality visuals for our instructional design strategies to enhance our customer like e-learning experience with relevant visuals. Some key points to consider here are like we have generated around 10,000 plus images since the application have been introduced, I think in 2022. Yeah, from there to here we have almost generated over 10,000 plus images, which includes photorealistic or artistic images, backgrounds and stylized characters. Like, yeah, some of the screens which we have showing here, which are generated at our end. We can now also create like immersive 360-degree images within the Midjourney and use them for explorative navigation in your courses. As we have generated 10,000 plus images, there is also an option which we have got is to enable the editing of images without requiring any other tools like traditional tools like Photoshop or Photopea or any other tools. Within the Midjourney, we have an option of editing the images. So what if you want your images to be retextured or styled in different formats? We can update these materials, surfaces, and lighting within your images, ensuring visuals align perfectly with training themes and branding, with the retexturing and everything. Yeah. Now here is a small video again where you have to guess which is real and which is AI.
Hello, I am Harper Carroll from Harper Carroll AI, and today we are talking with Victor Riporbelli of Synthesia, and we are here at the office in New York, and it's been a really great time. I love New York. I was born and raised here and moved to California when I was 18 to attend Stanford, which is where I got started in computer science and AI. By the way, can you tell which one of these videos is AI generated?
B is AI. Yeah. Okay. We both. Okay, both AI. A, B. Yeah. B, hand movements. Okay. A, B, none. Still can't tell, so I'll say both. Okay, Rajesh, your triggers all the time. Thank you, Marshall. There is no trick, there is no magic here. Just the correct answer is yeah. B is the AI generated. This is again generated with Synthesia tool. So it's which has a personal avatar kind of thing.
Hello.
Yeah. Now here with Synthesia, where we have successfully around produced over around 5,000 professional videos using this tool and showcasing its potential for scalable and personalized video production. Synthesia offers three standout features, but there are also challenges that require expertise to overcome, and that's where we excel, like audio processing for human-like output, while Synthesia generates impressive voiceovers achieving truly human-like audio, which requires additional processing, where we have the expertise to the refine audio, ensuring natural and engaging results. And next one is the instant localization, where the localization can introduce challenges such as reformatting content to fit different languages. We handle these adjustments pretty quickly, preserving design integrity throughout the process. And the third one, which is the sample which we have shown, like the personal avatars setup, where creating a personalized AI avatars requires some precise guidelines and advanced setup knowledge as well. With our experience, we make this process effortless, delivering high quality avatars that align perfectly with your needs. And here is a sample e-learning a video developed using Synthesia tool and translated into 5 languages within Synthesia, which has an option of one-click translation, and wrapped up in a single SCOM package, which is exclusively developed by CommLab team.
Hi there, I'm Lynn.
And I'm Mike. We're here to walk you through this video on listening skills for managers.
Think about it. What can strengthen your leadership? By truly hearing your team, you can create an environment of trust and collaboration.
Now it's a Spanish.
Hola, soy Lynn. Soy Lynn. Sabe que saber escuchar es de escucha activa en cada reunión. Tu equipo lo agradecerá y tú comprobarás sus beneficios en tu.
This is Portuguese.
Olá, eu sou a Lynn.
E eu sou o Mike. Estamos aqui para
Entre em contato com o CommLab India. Obrigado por assistir.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, yes, Sandra, that is the Shalini, which we created in Synthesia with the personal avatar. Yeah. Yeah. Here is another small quiz on voiceovers. I'll play for you where you have to guess which is real and AI voiceovers. Sorry.
Let's now learn about SCG's policies related to gifts and entertainment and reporting of gifts and entertainment.
So, is this real or AI voice generated? AI. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's real. Now we'll see the second sample.
Welcome to the module Culturally and Linguistically Appropriate Services class. Click the Help on the top right of your screen to learn how to navigate through this module. You can proceed directly if you've been here before. Click Start to begin.
Yes, I think weird pauses. Yes, yes, yes. Too fake. It's not too fake, but of course, yes. I think if one was real, it's terrible recording. Maybe a zoom factor. Okay, the sample two is it's a AI voice artist, which is again with the speech studio. The third
Welcome to the Virtual Risk Manager, or VRM, program induction for managers. This presentation is intended to give managers an overview of the VRM program prior to the deployment of VRM in your country. Additional training and information will be provided by local safety, health and environment and lead.
So I think many of said AI. It's a real voice, professional voice artist. Now we'll see the last.
In a globalized world, trade and commerce are evolving at an unprecedented pace.
What is the last one? Sample for AI. Okay. Yes, it's a AI which is done with the Murph.ai tool. So with the AI voiceovers, some well-known voiceovers with this tools are like 11 Labs, Speech Studio, Poly, and Play.ht, well said, and Murph.ai. So when creating AI voiceovers, the quality of input text is crucial for achieving a natural and engaging output. It's important to use clear and straightforward language to minimize ambiguity, ensuring the AI can accurately interpret the intended messages. So where we have to take care of the punctuations, phonetic accuracy, as well as contextual cues. And with the best practices for input is start the script, start with your script quality, clarity, and conciseness are crucial for ensuring the message is understood. Regular reviews help maintain high standards. Next, with the feedback loop, and then the testing variations, which is very important. Experimenting with different phrasings can reveal which versions resonate best with the audience. And of course, lastly, the audience consideration. You have to consider your audience preferences when tailoring the voice and the tone. This alignment can significantly enhance engagement and effectiveness. Now, moving to AI translations, which is again uses the artificial intelligence to automatically translate text to or speech from one language to the other. Like the main benefits is the speed, where you have instant translations. For example, with Articulate Storyline or Articulate Rise has similar availability in these tools, as well as with Synthesia we have, as I have shown one of the sample where we have done, it's a one-click translation, and the scalability which you can handle large volumes of text efficiently and cost efficient as well. And these are generated, actually the AI translation tools have revolutionized the way we communicate across languages, making it easier for business to reach global audiences. As we explore these tools, you have to consider how they can enhance your operations and customer interactions by breaking down language barriers and fostering inclusivity. So here some statistics like 70% cost savings and 85% like a language accuracy with more latest tools, and then the 400% faster turnaround time. Yeah, with tools data privacy and security, which is the prime factor with these tools. Like everyone have issue with the what about the data privacy of my customer data. So in these cases, if you there are some GDPR and CCPA regulations has been allocated for these tools specifically, where we also use these valid licensed AI tools that stores your data securely, use encryption method, and adhere to some latest GDPR and the CCPA regulations. Yeah, from here, I would like to hand over to Shalini.
Thanks, Rajesh. Those were some fantastic examples, and I think you've convinced us about the great work that can be achieved by using AI. Here's a very quick case study. This is from an actual project we worked on. We needed a very customized GUI, an airport-themed course with a lot of very customized visuals and with the customer's own branding. And if you go to these, stock images, it's virtually impossible to recreate those and add that branding aspect. But we used AI-powered tools to create over 20 hours of interactive learning, and all our images were generated using Midjourney. So you can see the richness and the highly custom possibilities that exist with this tool. So this was something that we managed to do in record time, because we designed 15 plus interactive scenarios based on this. And we used another AI tool, Copilot, an enterprise version to guard against any privacy, security and privacy concerns. And we managed to deliver all this in record time. So this is just one example out of the many that we've been we've been developing for our customers. Now, coming back to that case, that hypothetical scenario which we saw earlier, how many hours would it take to develop 10 modules of 30 minutes each? With a conventional approach, we saw what the kind of time it took, the kind of manpower that was required, and the cost. Now, with an AI-assisted approach, what are the benefits? So actually, this is a real requirement that we tackled for one of our customers. And these are some of the efficiencies that we saw when we used an AI-assisted approach. So we actually managed to achieve a fantastic cost saving of 40%. And that was really mind-boggling, because we started really tracking it very deliberately and intentionally. And Rajesh, if you could just go ahead. I just want to see So we could streamline our entire content production and use AI at various aspects of the design and delivery development. As Rajesh took you through some of those tools, we leveraged a lot of them at different tasks during the design and development process. And because it was not effort intensive, we could really allocate manpower, our resources optimally. We could utilize them optimally. And the kind of content that we generated was very appealing, both to the learner and, of course, to our stakeholders, who are very delighted with the solution. And the best part, we also ensured that translations, the cost for translations didn't have to go through the roof. And with the kind of tools that Rajesh demonstrated, we've been really experiencing some terrific results. And if you look at the final, I'd like to just sum up the efficiencies that we achieved. So our AI-assisted approach, you can see that we managed a 40% saving. The hours that we took, you can see them there. The time frame shrunk, the time taken rather, was brought down to just 3 to 4 months. And the cost, one of the sweetest spots that AI manages to hit, is that we could do all of this within 45,000 USD. So that is the power of leveraging AI in our design and development efforts. Now, where does that leave us, as L&D professionals? If AI is going to do all of the heavy lifting, if AI is going to be used, I think increasingly it's become clear that for us to demonstrate our value to the business, we need to work on those areas which are time intensive. Things like consulting deeply with the business, moving into an advisory role to the business, being a performance consultant to the business. Now, those are things that, there are no shortcuts. Of course, we can use AI for a lot of those things, to show value. We use it for data, analytics, and so on. But building stakeholder relationships, it's not when the project comes that we run around trying to build a collaborative relationship with the stakeholder. But these are ongoing things that we would need to focus on. And these are some essential L&D skills that we would need to make sure that, our internal L&D teams are well equipped. Emotional intelligence, again, that cuts across every field. And specifically when it comes to stakeholder management, influencing skills, negotiation skills, because a lot of our job actually revolves around using these skills. Sometimes we think we tend to focus overly on just the content creation part of it. But these are skills that we need to make sure that the rest of it goes well. Tech and AI literacy continue to top the must-have skills for L&D. It's not that all of us have to be experts in each of these tools, but to be aware and to take informed decisions around which tools to invest in. That is something that we need to educate ourselves on. And with things changing rapidly, change management is one huge area where L&D can really contribute. And the focus continues to be on a skill-based talent management framework, rather than just looking at roles and responsibilities. It's specifically focused on skills and capabilities. And as I mentioned, data-driven decision-making. Now, the good news is that while a lot of these things are very time intensive, the part to do with the design development can be accelerated like never before using AI. So I think the best thing we can do is to build those relationships with our business, become influencers, get into advisory roles, and encourage our teams to start thinking like performance consultants as well. Because at the end of the day, L&D exists to improve performance through training. And when it comes to, I think I saw a couple of comments in chat that, not all of us have the AI tools skills. One person mentioned that he's the only person in his team who uses AI. Now, I think that's a reality in a lot of organizations. Not every person is equipped with these skills. So leverage AI experts for these kind of tasks, improved design, improved efficiency in design and development, and creating content against very aggressive timelines and so on. So I think if we can focus on the big picture, it leaves us, it gives us that much more space to actually demonstrate our value to the business, to demonstrate the impact of what we do to the business. So I'd like to just end this session with this takeaway, and just want to remind everyone that, the kind of efficiencies we achieved have now become an ongoing process. And you will discover that too when you start leveraging these tools. And of course, if you need highly engaging courses with impossible timelines, we can help you get there with AI. And would like to just reiterate our USP: unmatched scale, speed, volume. Courses that are really high on engagement, as you saw through some of the samples, and within your aggressive timelines. So focus on the big picture and build those critical must-have L&D skills to truly be an advisory to the business. With that, I just throw the session open for questions. Thank you so much for all your participation and for all those insights that you've shared. Okay, I think Donna says the advantage in L&D is that often the information is not confidential and there is less problem with using AI functionalities. Right. That said, when you work on very confidential, proprietary kind of content which you don't want out there, Rajesh had shared those security and privacy factors, which we really have to seriously consider, especially if we're dealing with data which is not our own. We as a practice in CommLab, we never expose our clients' data to non-licensed, AI tools. Synthesia, Beyond, all of these come with a guarantee that they protect our data. And if you are using Gen AI tools, for ideating and so on, go ahead and use them, but don't put all the details out there. Blank out certain key information which you wouldn't want out there, unless if you have an enterprise version of Copilot, for example.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we are all out of time, but
right.
No, no worries. I know we want to keep this conversation going forever. But all the questions that didn't get addressed, the CommLab team will be reaching out to you. So no worries there to keep the conversation. But this was a lovely discussion. Thank you so much. And those videos tricked me as well. So if you feel like a fool, I was there with you on those AI videos. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
And with that, I do want to guide you to our last session of the event. So we will be taking about a 14 to 13-minute break. And up next, we have Holly from Lemonade LXP for their session, Stop Breaking Your Back. Let AI do the heavy lifting for your training content. So in a moment, I will end the session and you can join our next session by returning to the event lobby and going to the session tab. I will see you then. Bye, everybody.